Hi everyone and welcome back to J&J Beekeeping. The time is fast approaching when we're going to get our bees, and we're just making some final preparations with this evening. We're putting together some frames and inserting wax foundation in the frames. When we receive our bees, we're going to be receiving what's called a nucleus colony, which is a small box of bees with 5 or 6 of these frames in it already with bees on them. We're then going to transfer them into our hive, the brood box of our hive, and then fill that out with fresh frames. So we've made some already, and we've just got one more to finish. You can make the frames yourselves, but we've taken a bit of a shortcut and we've bought pre-assembled frames, and we're just going to insert the wax foundation, which we're going to show you now. If you have a look at this frame here, this is the top of the frame, and this down here is the bottom. We're not going to touch the bottom. This is all in place already, but on the top of the frame you can see on one side there's a gap in here. So this bit of wood, and it's a little bit loose, this is actually going to come out. We're going to take this out, we're going to insert the frame, and then we're going to nail it back in again. So what we need is a hive tool to help prise this out. This is a good opportunity for us to get to practice using our hive tool for the first time. A Stanley knife, a pin hammer, and some small pins as well. So Jake, why don't you show us if we can get this off.
Okay. So what you would want to do is you would want to put your hive tool in the gap that is just right here, and then you would just lift up your hive tool like that, and you'll kind of hear a cracking noise, which is a good thing because I need to get it out. And then you just keep on doing that until you're able to just lift it out.
Well done, Jake. It sounds like you're breaking it, but actually we kind of are. We're breaking the seal.
And then after you've done that, you just take it out.
Well done, Jake. So this is left a little, that's a really good one there, Jake. It's left a little bit inside, so we're just going to use the Stanley knife just to tidy up and smooth out the inside bit here. So there's a bit of wood in here, which was left behind when we broke that joint. You can see it here, so we'll probably just use these shavings for our tin, which has our smoker fuel in. There might be no point throwing it away, nice and dry. There's another bit there, so that, and there's just one more bit to take out of this bit. Okay. Right, that's almost done. Should have put my glasses on, but there we go, we're getting there. That's it. So that's pretty good. Just that bit here. Okay, that's it. So that's nice and smooth in there, and then we're just going to double check this, maybe just smooth off the corner here. That's it, and that's good to go. So that's it. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take a pin. No, we're not. We're going to put this foundation in actually. So if you look at the foundation, this is a wax foundation, and it's got strengthening wires inside. And on one surface there's 2 of these hooks at the bottom, and on the other surface there's 3 of the hooks at the bottom. The 3 hooks are going to go at the top. So Jake, will you show us how to insert the wax?
So you just go from the bottom, you would flip over the frame, which we've already done, and then you just gently insert it. You can wiggle it around a bit if you need to get it in. And then after you've got it in, you kind of just wiggle it down, and then you would fold the 3 hooks at 90 degrees so we can nail it in when we're ready, and you just slide it down, fold it.
Well done, Jake, and then the top ones just fold over as well.
That's
Jake,
putting in the wax foundation.
We've just folded the loops at the bottom, and when we put this in here, the nails are going to go in those places, so the nails are going to be equidistant along. So The first thing we'll do, we'll get a nail, and these are just really small ones. We actually started off with slightly longer ones, and the pin came through the wood, so we had to go back to the DIY store and get some smaller ones. This wood's really soft. You can actually put them in place. Just get them started with your fingers, actually, which is handy. So what we'll do, we'll just push that in there, just get them started. And I just think it's a good idea just to put a very slight angle, because when we're banging them in, we don't want to be brushing the comb, so we're just putting them a very slight angle, and it's a very tight fit. But we just found that if we just started off on here like this, not too far, Mum would be happy if we nailed it to the table, would you?
No.
No? Well, there we go. So we put that in. It's a nice snug fit. Push it against the frame there. There you go, Jake. To finish that off.
Yeah.
There you go. One block. That's it. Good boy. And then, so that's it now. We're going to push it in nice and flush, and with our fingers, very slight angle. Bearing in mind, next season we might have to take this bit off and replace the wax and put it back on again, so you don't want a big angle, but we feel it might be a bit easier to do a slight angle. Okay, and we'll start that off again. There you go, Jake. There you go, one more, that's it. Great. And the final pin over where the loop is again in here. So start it off with the finger, that's it, it's nice and soft wood. And then, there you go. That's brilliant, so that's our frame. You can see the 3 nails here, this is all nice and flush. The wax foundation is nice and strong in there, and this is ready to go into our hive. I have the frame here actually, so I might as well, it's a good opportunity to show you how to take a frame out of a hive when you're inspecting it with it has the bees on. Jake, can you remember how to do that?
When you're taking it out of the brood box, you do not, when you want to flip it, you don't want to go like that, because you have a risk of the bees or the queen falling off. Instead, you'll go like that. You'll put it up, and then you'll twist it, and then you'll put it back down. So there's a lower risk of the queen falling off, and it's just more convenient for the bees.
Great, thanks, Jake. So yeah, we're taking it out of the brood box. The worst case scenario, if you were to try and turn it over like this to see the bees on the other side, there'd be a lot of weight at this point, and this could collapse. You could lose the queen, but the whole thing could collapse. So we're lifting it out, and then we're spinning it around on this axis to see the other side, and then back and into the hive. So that's our top tip, although we haven't actually done it yet. But thanks very much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.